Our first guest is a professional dancer, trained musician, and multiple Emmy Award winning host and executive producer of Bare Feet with Mickela Mallozzi. The Emmy Award winning travel series returns for its sixth season, sharing connections with New Yorkers through the universal languages of dance and music in the city's cultural neighborhoods and diverse communities. And joining us in studio, finally, yay, we welcome back multiple Emmy Award winning host and executive producer of Bare Feet with Mickela Mallozzi, excuse me, and my friend, I might say. Please welcome Mickela Mallozzi.
Rhina, thank you for having me back. I have to say, I've been on your show. It's an honor to always be on your show, but I'm so glad you always have me back for every single season we've ever done. So thank you.
No, our pleasure, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
I mean, sixth season.
Yeah, it's a miracle. It really is. It was, with everything we've all been through for the past few years.
I know, even through the pandemic, because I had you on virtually as well.
You did.
And as a matter of fact, you even toured the world. You did this wonderful, what is it, a DNA travel that
was season 3.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've seen it all. You've seen me from the very beginning, and here we are. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad that we have this new season coming out and featuring our beloved New York City.
I know. Yeah. So you brought it back home.
I did.
You brought it back home. Yeah. And let's talk about this episode, because if I'm not mistaken, you actually launched it, rather you started shooting like almost kind of like at the cusp of what we would consider post-pandemic, although I don't know if we are post-pandemic.
Right. I guess post-lockdown. That's what I like to say is post-lockdown.
Right.
So we filmed all of this episodes for season 5 and 6 at the same time, within a 4-month period. So it was this magical moment of the city reopening, the resilience of the city, and that was our season 5. We really focused on how people came together back when they weren't seeing each other for so long. And season 6, we continue that story, but it's really about these diverse communities in New York, and we really focused for both season BIPOC voices, diverse voices of the disability community, the age community, all of these voices that we felt never really get enough attention in the media, and it's our responsibility to give them that platform. So after the murder of George Floyd and anti-Asian hate movement that was happening in the world, we thought we really have to focus on this. And so that's what we did.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the thing is the beauty, while you made these political comments, right? And you're bringing us back to a very tumultuous time.
Right.
Because it really was.
It was.
There was an uproar.
It was.
And the fact that you're able to communicate with individuals within these communities through body movement and or a cultural experience together. So let's talk about where you visited and how you chose these destinations within the city.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, we don't want to get political all the time, but what's beautiful about dance and music, it's a universal language. And what we try and do with our show is show the similarities between communities versus our differences.
Right.
Excuse me. So that's the beauty of Bare Feet. We just felt that responsibility of, we need to give platform to everyone. So we're kicking off with our Latinx episode, where I'm dancing with Ballet Hispanico. We're going to Queens for the Astoria Tango Club. We also do Dominican bachata and salsa in Central Park. And I know you know these women, but Batala New York,
yes,
the Brazilian samba reggae group. So it's this beautiful celebration of diversity, that being Latino or Latina or Latinx, however you identify yourself, is not a monolith. Right? It is an extremely diverse sort of umbrella of what that means. And it's just a tip of the iceberg. We couldn't include in a half-hour episode everything, right? There's so much to include.
You know, that line of finding similarities within our differences is the line I live by. It's actually my quote.
Yeah.
And so for you to actually embody it and demonstrate it within the borough, right?
Yeah.
Not solely this borough. I shouldn't say this borough, because you're doing the actual New York City. You're doing all 5 boroughs.
All 5.
I know.
Yeah.
I just got a little biased because I know what we're alluding to, which is, of course, the Garifuna community.
Yes.
And, of course, we're going to shout out my girl, Sulma Asu Brown, who is currently the executive director of the Bronx Tourism Council. And you shot this before she even took on that role.
You know what? I'm getting goosebumps as you say that, because we shot 2 episodes with Sulma. Sulma really helped us connect with the Garifuna community, but we also shot our hip-hop episode with her. And when we were together, she's such a champion of the Bronx, and she was this connector for all of the Bronx segments that we'd ever done. And I said to her, and she called me out on this at the Bronx Ball, she said, you know, Mickela, you said it to me. You said, you need to be like the head of tourism or represent the Bronx to bring people here, and now she is. So we put it into the universe, it happened, but she truly is, she lives that, she breathes that, and she embodies what it means to love the Bronx and promote the Bronx.
So I know that you're kicking off with the Latinx community, but right now we're showing the Bronx, and it looks like this is the hip hop episode, and it's a beautiful thing because we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and you know this is where it all started, right here in the Bronx. So what kind of moves are you learning here?
Oh my, I'm whacking with Cocomotion. I'm doing light feet right here. I mean, it was literally like crash course in all these dances. As you can see, Ladies of Hip Hop, we just celebrated with them. It's an amazing journey to see 50 years of hip hop. I was in the Universal Hip Hop Museum exhibition with Pop Master Fable, you know, an icon, and I'm popping and locking with him, and I'm just like, okay. And he gave me a hip hop name. He gave me a name, Lady Mickey Mel. That's my new name.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so
Lady Mickey Mel.
Mickey
so
Mel.
The next time I introduce you, you're like, hey everybody, we got Lady Mickey Mel.
No, it was amazing. But Sulma, you know, the Garifuna community episode, I think, is one of our most important episodes we've ever done in all of Bare Feet. And I'm not just saying that because I'm here with you in the Bronx, but it is a community that is, a lot of people don't know who the Garifuna people are or what Garifuna means. And so it was an honor and a privilege to be able to learn more about it, learn more about their culture, their dances, their music. So we dance with Wabafu. We're dancing with Felix Gamboa and Chief Shotoye Dance Ensemble. We're doing Garifuna aerobics, so we show the next generation of Garifuna Americans that are so proud of their culture and really taking on their music and dance and evolving it into something to bring more people into the community. There are 250,000 Garifuna in the Bronx
right
alone. It's amazing. And people are like, what does Garifuna mean? And so this episode is really that. It's these beautiful, amazing people and their culture and resilient people that have survived and thrived for so long. So I'm so proud of that episode.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with what you're referencing.
Yeah.
And so
Jose Francisco Avila, I'm sorry, I have to give a shout out. I have to give, yes. Bodoma, I mean, just so many pillars in the community that I had the privilege and honor of being able to dance with and just sit with and hear their stories. So.
Did you dance punta?
I did do punta. I did. Of course I did punta.
No, I know.
Come on.
And I'm like, really, Mickela?
I dance punta. I drum punta.
Oh, nice.
This always happens with every episode. When I watch the dancers, I can mimic them, but as soon as it's gone, like, I don't know what my body did. I go into this space where everything just kind of, we sync up, and then as soon as it's done, I'm like, that was a magical moment, and I don't know what just happened.
That, you know, I got to tell you, that is one of my favorite dances. And the funny thing about it is that it looks like it's just a simple movement, but by the time you're done, I'm telling you, there isn't one time that I've danced punta that I'm not out of breath once I'm done.
Or sore the next day in your hips.
Exactly. And your waist, because it's a lot of waist movement, a lot of undulation.
Yeah. Well, it represents rebirth, right? What's interesting is that dance, as you know, but for the viewers, when they see the episode, it was done during wakes and funerals because once one Garifuna was lost, they needed a new person, a new birth to keep the population going. So it's asking for that rebirth, and it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful idea.
And that's the other thing I love about your show is that it's not just a dance experience; it's an actual cultural lesson, right? So you honor each culture and you share with us, the viewers, the background and the purpose for either movements and or instruments and God knows, I mean, that has to have been so far, right? Because you're in season 6. Yeah. But the adventures of just connecting with individuals in that way, it's personal and it's spiritual too.
Extremely. I'm going to start crying thinking about it, but I like to say I make new friends by dancing with strangers. You know that. I've said that before on the show. But it's true. It's these true connections. And I think people need to remember dance is storytelling. Music is storytelling. So yes, it's joy when you're going to a party, but dances around the world tell stories, very specific stories. And if you're keen enough to just watch and listen and feel it yourself, you'll understand what's going on in these communities. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
I know. I always say that a lot of messaging is really done in a nonverbal form because the body speaks its own language. And so while we're talking about, we did Latinx community, the Garifuna community, hip hop community. You've got some other communities
We got
here.
some beautiful. So a quick overview. We go to Bay Ridge. We're in Brooklyn with the Arab American community, and I get to crash a Palestinian wedding. It's just so fun and do dabka. Another episode, we are one of the episodes that I'm really proud of. All of them I'm very proud of, but one is called Empower NYC. And through all these years of dancing within neighborhoods and countries and communities and cultures, is realizing there's some of these stories that are just empowering people through dance within their community, but not necessarily culturally based or neighborhood based. And so, for example, I dance with this incredible group called the Pacemakers. They are a 65 plus group age, and they are the official dancers for the Brooklyn Cyclones. The oldest dancer, I think, is 85. And their numbers on their jerseys are their birth years, right? And so it's like there's no limit to when you don't have to stop dancing because you hit a certain age. And I thought there are all these amazing stories of how dance keeps people going, how it's inspiring, empowering, uplifting. I get to, and this brought me to tears. It brings me to tears every time, but I dance with the Table of Silence. I rehearse with the dancers. It's the piece that's done every year for 9/11 in Lincoln Center by Bulisi Dance, which is an incredible dance company.
Around the Fountain.
Around the Fountain. And again, more goosebumps.
Yes.
And throughout that rehearsal, I've never cried so much just being in that space with those dancers, because it brings me back to that space, and it always also brings me back to that time.
Right.
So dance is healing.
Yes.
Dance is so powerful. So that's our Empower NYC episode. It's a beautiful episode. We also have, what else do we have?
So we have Sri Lanka.
Oh, Little Sri Lanka in Staten
Yes.
Island. Yes. So we get to Staten Island. I'm dancing with the Sri Lankan Dance Academy. We go to Little Sri Lanka, and I'm eating around the neighborhood. We go to La Cruana. We go to the museum. And then the last episode we do is we're celebrating Carnival in Little Caribbean in Flatbush. So that is a huge celebratory, fun episode. As you know, like soca, and it's just wucking and whining and like everything.
And you're in those costumes?
I am wearing, there are beautiful women who are wearing those costumes. I have the pieces on. I play steel pan. I mean, it is.
Okay, wait a minute. I read somewhere that you were actually trying out stills.
Yes.
You did?
I did, girl. I did. I did Moko Jumbies with Moko Jumbi USA, Kaisoka Moko Jumbi. And, you know, we host our, when I tell you, well, they gave me the baby ones. They gave me the baby ones. So I was only like 3 feet high, 2 feet high. And then the kids are like another 5 feet above me. But it was so fun. And, you know, I pick up dances really quickly. I picked up the stilts very quickly. And I started going a little too much, and they were like, Mickela, slow down. You cannot fall. You cannot break a leg.
So basically, I'm trying to visualize, and obviously you guys are going to have to tune in to see this.
Yeah.
And so you're actually...
So we're in Prospect Park where I'm learning. And then, because I did so well, I convinced Kaisoka Moko Jumbi that, you know, I host my Bare Feet Downtown Brooklyn dance series. By the way, we have one more coming up to celebrate Pride, so come to Cesar Valentino June 29th, Thursday, from 6 to 8 at the Plaza at 300 Ashland in downtown Brooklyn. Nice little plug there. But we had it there, and I surprised the audience because they were performing, and I got full dressed in a Trinidad flag outfit, and I come out in my stilts. It was a party. It was a party. And I didn't fall, and we had an amazing time. I mean, I have the best job in the world, Rhina.
I know.
I really do. I really do.
You get to play around.
I get to have fun with people and like share joy with people. But I don't know how I convince people to let me do these crazy things. I really don't. I mean, how can you be like, hey, can I try the stilts? I've never done this in my life. Let's do this. I'm gonna, you know.
I love it. I love it.
Me too.
Here's to living childlike for the rest of our lives.
Right.
High five, sister.
Yes, girl.
Congratulations on your 6th season.
Thank you.
And congratulations on all this connectivity that you're doing, not solely for the communities, but for all of us.
Yeah.
even the viewers, because it's really a sense of inclusivity and finding, like as we say, those similarities within our differences.
Yeah. What I love too, if I can say, a big shout out to all our fans, because especially post-lockdown, being able to be every day seeing fans that come up to me, and it's understanding how our show affects people. And they say, you got me through COVID. You know, when we couldn't travel, we couldn't be outside. And that to me is the biggest compliment ever.
You know,
Yeah.
and thank you for saying that here on air.
Yeah.
Hope you guys received that. I received it deeply. And we love that you always bring it here to us. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. Always.
Always.
Family. We're family.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this is airing on NYC Live, right?
NYC Live every Wednesday, 8:30. So it's starting Wednesday, June 28th, 8:30 p.m., followed by new episodes every week. So please tune in. It's a labor of love. It is my life. It is my joy. And I hope we continue season 7 and beyond.
Yes. Here's to bringing more joy into everybody's homes. You guys, once again, Mickela Mallozzi, Emmy Award-winning host and executive producer of Bare Feet with Mickela Mallozzi. Once again, the 6th season of Bare Feet with Mickela Mallozzi will premiere Wednesday, June 28th on NYC Live channel at 8:30 p.m. and every Wednesday after that. For more information, visit travelbarefeet.com and on social media at Travel Bare Feet. But don't go anywhere. We're going to have our own open Bare Feet salsa experience. All right, so Mickela, since you're always out there learning all these different cultures through dance, I thought we'd get down with my favorite moves, which is salsa.
I love it. Let's do it, Rhina.
And of course, we're going to do it in honor of Mike Amadeo.
Sí, eso.
All right, here we go.
I'm following you, girl.
Are you going to follow me?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Oh, you're on a 2, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the rumbera in me. Oh, que me lo den en vida, que me lo den, que me lo den, que me lo den en vida, que me lo den.
Yes. Oh,
Hueva.
I love it.
Oh, look at you leading. I don't mind.
You know, Rhina, we are doing our Downtown Brooklyn Partnership dance parties, celebrating Pride. And on Thursday, June 29th, you can come dance with us.
Oh,
right in downtown Brooklyn.
Listen, if there's going to be salsa music, you already know.
We bring Bare Feet to life every summer. So here in Open and here in the boroughs, all boroughs, right?
That's it. And you know what? You can either wear heels or bring them with you. Because that's how we do it. Because, you know, you got to dance salsa in heels.
Yes, you do.
All right, you guys. My girl, Mickela Mallozzi. Thank you for the dance.
Oh, thank you. Gracias.
Beautiful. Thank you.